Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Shokugeki no Soma no Sara, or you can call it Food Wars the second plate, or the second season, however you wish that's most fitting for you. This is on episode 3. Now, this episode here adapted chapters 72 to 75, Not too bad on the start. So if anything else, let's just get this recap rolling. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, it plays its freaking JoJo reference, which is pretty hilarious in a certain sense, and we get to see who the winner is, and we get to know it was Kurokiba is the winner, which is pretty pitiful in the end, but Megumi actually gave it all she got against him, but the sad thing is that he didn't strip. That's the reason why Kurokiba won. For a person who made Saizumon strip or something, is at least guaranteed a spot to win. But it all depends on what's expected to happen next, though, which I'll get into more in my recap later as I follow. As the episode continues, we have to it that after Megumi left the arena, she was so nervous and says Kurokiba was so freaking scary, Even what's her name again? Yuki? Yeah, Yuki even says, "Yeah, I know, man. I know how you feel. He was like a rabid dog chasing after a rabbit." And therefore some guys, everyone actually gave a round of applause to a Megumi in the end, which is pretty good. I actually like that very much. I mean, they say for someone who actually almost went well against Kurokiba, that was pretty good in the end. There was one scene omitted where there were some guys smack talking behind Megumi's back or something. It makes me want to rip out their mouths right now, dude, honestly. So yeah. Anyways, as for the judges, they go on their way to let me see here, to their cars and get going, but when Saizumon passes Nakiri, he ends up having some kind of strange feeling inside him, And everything seems to be alright. Nothing much going on here. But right now, tomorrow is known to be a match that Hayama and Hisako and Takumi Aldini is about to have, So, I look forward to see what's up. But as for Saizumon, who went to the restroom, he ends up realizing, beneath my clothes, it had become undone. He doesn't even realize it, but he literally stripped before then. So he goes this girl has immeasurable power. So a Jules generation, huh? Surprisingly. As we see to it, Chiyomi ends up telling Hayama-kun to don't get so worked up about winning, Just have some fun and enjoy your time. But when you smile like that at me after Shiomi left, Hayama said, you just want me to go to the top to the very end. As for Aldini, we have to it that his other brother, Isami, ends up trying to make sure everything seems to be alright, yada yada yada. But he says, I'm gonna make sure our Italian cuisine will never lose, And Hisako tells Erina to watch me come out victorious in the end, I look forward to that. I really do. And Hayama says he's doing this for Jun, and Takumi says he's doing this for Isami, and Hisako says she's doing it for Erina-sama. So, 3 of these guys are doing it for the people they care and love about the most. Now, a lot of you is wondering, I'm pretty sure a lot of anime onlys might be wondering, why is Hayama Akira doing this for Jun, Which we will get into later throughout the time as this series progresses. I can't wait to see the looks in your guys' faces later, It's going to be very interesting, and I'm just going to laugh out to see what you guys think overall. But as tomorrow comes by the next day, it seems like the match between Hisako and Akira was about to start already, Not to mention about, maybe there's one issue along the way, because, Yukihira is actually stopped by someone who's riding a motorcycle. And apparently we have to it that Megumi's wondering where Soma is, apparently. But this man was from the other day, and he's actually the 8th participant. But we have to it that this guy who has a motorcycle locks it up completely, and I'm thinking in my mind, someone's waiting along, he's the guy's sorry for the wait. He goes yeah, you made me wait for freaking long though. But he also says being crushed is only natural because my bike's registered in the bike registry, GPS, yada yada yada. But anyways, he gives himself, his name is known as Mimasaka Subaru. Now, you guys will be surprised about this guy, so I would tell you that right now. Maybe not be too surprised, but you're gonna go like, what the freaking heck, you know? That kind of thing. That I'll just say right off the bat. Just a little minor spoiler ahead. Just like, you guys, anime only is gonna go like, what the heck? But we manga readers, etc. know what's up. So, as the episode continues, we have to it that the theme between Hisako and Akira is known to be hamburgers. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. And Hayama tells Hisato or Hisako like, tell your mistress like, give me her seat for the Elite 10, Tatsuki's top. All right. And then Hisako tells him, keep your jokes aside. All right. The only one who's going after the Elite 10 after Erina is me. And therefore, they all get ready for their match. And right now, Hayama's meat is known to be a doner kebab. As we get to know, a doner kebab is known to be a dish pile of meat that's skewered up with a big spit, you know, and scraping with a big old knife and roasting it up, etc. And as for Hisako, you know, her kind of meat is known to be a soft-shelled turtle, which is pretty going like for anime only. It's like a real live turtle. Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure a lot of anime only might be thinking that. That's just my cue. So if anything else, let's just keep going. As the episode continues, we have to it that Hisako chops off its head without hesitation, ends up getting rid of its blood into a cup along with pouring sake in there, you know, which is pretty interesting. Not to mention cutting open its shell, and then as usual it doesn't show the guts, but in the manga it does. As you can see, I think this other girl who lost to her goes like Hisako Nisama or something. I think in my mind, oh my lord, what the hell is wrong with her? We have to it that Megumi is reunited with Soma, but apparently she's lost right now. But we have to it that when they gotten lost, we have to it that this, what's this guy's name? I forgot. Mimasaka Subaru. He ends up saying a lot of details about Yukihira, and you guys gonna go like, what the hell? How does this guy know a lot? We'll get more of that will be explained hopefully in next episode or the episode after that. But I'll just keep this in mind that I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for now. Not to mention that he ends up saying the details behind Takumi Aldini, and I think in my mind, are you freaking serious? I'm pretty sure a lot of you anime onlys are going bawling your eyes out right now, going like, what the hell is this guy? And I'm pretty sure all you guys might be thinking, is he a freaking stalker or something? I don't know. But yeah, as the episode continues, we have to it that Hisako is doing her cooking very well, and as for Megumi and Soma, they did get lost, but Mimasaka Subaru says, hey, how about you watch in my room, huh? It'll be interesting. And therefore, Takumi Aldini decides to come along too. Well, I think Mimasaka decided to bring him along anyway. But we have to it that Takumi Aldini scolds him for maybe oversleeping. I think that was shown in the manga, but yeah. Anyways, it seems like everything seems to be alright. They're watching from above, and we have to it that Hisako finishes her dish right on time, you know, which is pretty interesting. It looks pretty nice, not too bad. Just a lot of stuffiness and elasticity, that's for sure. But after the one of the judges ate her hamburger, etc., they seems like their body's on fire, etc. But we get to know that the sauce was used in the turtle dashi to make it starchy, and that's to warm up the body from the inside, you know. And that became pretty tense in the end, and that's where the tortoise shell powder came in. And we have to it that Saizumon, or the Totsuki principle, says those who even ate this dish who ate this long time ago will understand it. It's the genetos components which comes from that soft-shelled turtle. And Hisako says, exactly, you know, When it came to this, she mentions about like piping up the hot, starchy, thick sauces, vicious things, along with like some other stuff contained that she's been looking for. It's known to be a soft palate, known to be a sensitive stimuli that she mentions for the human body. And that starch she uses is known to be sensitive enough to be paired up with the tongue. And it stimulates its taste and the sense of touch, etc. After finishing it, we had to it that Saizumon ends up being intoxicated by Hisako's dish, and freaking Hisako was like the giant turtle, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was some funny stuff right there. And Saizumon was what? Freaking like Saizumon Ultraman or something. I'm like, wow, dude. He even became bear before he knows it and becomes intoxicated by its flavor. Even so, they all become actually surprised about like Hisako's result. But Subaru, or Masaka Subaru, mentions that Hisako would be the one to finish first. But he says that this victor, the match belongs to Hayama Akira. And we have to it that Hayama's like spice aromas is already changing changing the audience, etc. And he even says like inside your mouth is not supposed to be everything that you're supposed to know, and therefore gets ready for his full-on match. He therefore serves his dish, and it seems like the judges are like panting like dogs that wants more of it, And the moment he gives them the dish, they realize that they finished it without even noticing that they become hecka engrossed by it. I'm like, okay, now that's a result that a lot of you anime onlys did not expect. And when it came to the buns, he used pita, not to mention about like pita is known to be an Eastern bread baked at high temps, here and there. Along with like this soft, compared to like soft shell turtle hamburger, it's like it's really interesting. Not to mention Saizumon is actually surprised by this kind of technique. And we have to it that it was known to be a kofta, along with like Turkish meatball, etc. And therefore, Hayama gives out a lecture to Hisako like there are 4 elements of a hamburger must have: the buns, the patty, the sauce, and the pickles, And he ends up saying that the pickles is the one that makes the smell and sourness of meat's flavor stand out very greatly. And pickles are known to be the hidden ingredient. And therefore, he also says like what you use is ginger for that role, and that became ridiculous, The pickles he used was akar. And surprisingly enough, akar is known to be some kind of preserved food made by putting fruits and vegetables in mustard oil, and it's very sour to use as pickles in India and so in certain surroundings, And akar is made of onions, apparently Hayama Akira mentioned. As he continues on, the main sources of the spice made from dried unripe mango amchur, and then he added some lemon juice, garlic, ginger, yada yada yada, clove, black pepper, paprika powder, etc. Eventually, as the episode continues, we have to it that Hayama's skill is known to be very threatening enough to see that he's close to the god's tongue, and the result is already decided. We have to it that Hayama tells Hisako like, I'm a guy that's been aiming for the top. For someone who's trying to be number 2, is not gonna be a worthy opponent. Everything about you is so limited. Your will and your world of cooking, everything. And therefore, she did not want to admit it, but inside she did get her butt handed very badly the moment she smelled the dish, and Hayama Akira is the winner. And we have to it that things were still getting a little like rolling and toughened, but as the next match for Takumi Aldini is about to start, we have to it that Aldini says I want to sell this match from our camp, And it was pretty interesting, and Yukihiro does say it does bring back certain memories, and Yukihiro says, you know what, I want to sell this too, so let's see who will be crushing who. And therefore, Takumi Aldini says, yeah, I'll see you soon, And we have to it that Megumi compliments Mimasaka to know that Hayama was going to win, But we have to it that Aizen Senpai, Aizen Senpai, he ends up saying that he's he's very talented, but to let you know, his behavior is pretty out of control. But one thing for sure is that this is nothing more than a playground for him, you know? And therefore we have to it that Mimasaka Subaru and Takumi Aldini talks for a bit after like freaking like Subaru is like sniffing his gear or something, and ends up having a little small talk with them, not to mention about like smack talking on his little brother, and therefore like it gotten pretty tense right there. Not to mention about like I think it showed a little bit of what happened in chapter 76 at the beginning. It's like there's gonna be a Shokugeki, and then everyone's like, what the heck's going on? And I go like, well, here we go, and so forth. Next episode, I'm pretty sure all you anime only is going to be wondering what's going to happen next, and you guys will be surprised. I'm very sorry for this very long recap. I decided to get into a little bit more detailed here and there, so yeah. It's going to be like this maybe for the second season, all Shokugeki no Soma, depending. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm off Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. 2 to do.